A very pleasant good morning to one and all. Thank you very much for joining this morning's webinar on exploring artificial intelligence. My name is Alicia Salmon. I am the Senior Project Officer at the Barbados Coalition of Service Industries, and we are very pleased to engage you this morning. We do see that we have several persons on, and we really thank you for coming out and joining this conversation. It will be, as I said, a conversation as we seek to understand more about what is artificial intelligence, how does it aid or impact our ability to do business. With me today is my Executive Director, Ms. Michelle Smith-Mears, and I will invite her to do the welcome.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's webinar hosted by the Barbados Coalition of Service Industries. Today, we explore a topic that is destined to shape the future of our nation's services sector, artificial intelligence. Of late, you would have been seeing an increase in media discussions on the topic of artificial intelligence. The purpose of this webinar is to start a discussion on AI and to look at how its continued development will impact on the services sector, as well as to explore the potential to harness AI to elevate competitiveness globally. Artificial intelligence is no longer a distant concept confined to science fiction. It is a rapidly evolving reality with far-reaching implications for our economy and society. We cannot ignore it, or can we hold the perception that the impact on our businesses, our country is in a distant future? To do so, we risk falling behind an increasingly digital and interconnected world. This webinar aims to emphasize the global emergence of AI and its transformative power within the services sector. Moreover, we will explore the immense potential AI holds to enhance our national competitiveness. By leveraging AI technologies, we can evolve how we deliver services across various industries. The integration of AI into our business processes can lead to increased efficiency, personalized experiences for customers, and improved decision-making capabilities, ultimately driving growth and propelling Barbados forward on the global stage. Throughout the duration of this webinar, our technology experts will share their invaluable insights, unveiling real-world case studies, and highlighting best practices. We encourage you to actively engage, ask questions, and contribute to the conversation that will shape the future of our technology landscape. Thank you for joining us, and we wish you an educational experience.
Thank you very much, Michelle. Now, today, we all know that in the world in which we live in, artificial intelligence certainly is what some may think to be a very new topic, but dare I say, it's not new, it's more so very different, because artificial intelligence certainly has been around for quite some time, but more in a statistical method to inform, decision-making, as opposed to, okay, can everyone please, can everyone please mute your mics? Persons are having some interruption. Thank you very much for that note. So, as I was saying, artificial intelligence has been around for quite some time, and it appears as though it's a very new concept. However, I dare say that it just has evolved and it's very much different. And today we're going to look at what's making it so different, what are the real concerns that persons are having. And with me today, we do have an expert panel. But to start this conversation, we want to share a video with you, which will help us to understand a little more about what artificial intelligence is, and then we will jump right into the conversation.
Are the products of artificial intelligence. But why use the term artificial intelligence? Well, these machines are artificially incorporated with human-like intelligence to perform tasks as we do. This intelligence is built using complex algorithms and mathematical functions. But AI may not be as obvious as in the previous examples. In fact, AI is used in smartphones, cars, social media feeds, video games, banking, surveillance, and many other aspects of our daily life. The real question is, what does an AI do at its core? Here is a robot we built in our lab, which is now dropped onto a field. In spite of a variation in lighting, landscape, and dimensions of the field, the AI robot must perform as expected. This ability to react appropriately to a new situation is called generalized learning. The robot is now at a crossroad, one that is paved and the other rocky. The robot must determine which path to take based on the circumstances. This portrays the robot's reasoning ability. After a short stroll, the robot now encounters a stream that it cannot swim across. Using the plank provided as an input, the robot is able to cross this stream. So, our robot uses the given input and finds the solution for a problem. This is problem solving. These three capabilities make the robot artificially intelligent. In short, AI provides machines with the capability to adapt, reason, and provide solutions. Well, now that we know what AI is, let's have a look at the two broad categories an AI is classified into. Weak AI, also called narrow AI, focuses solely on one task. For example, AlphaGo is a maestro of the game Go, but you can't expect it to be even remotely good at chess. This makes AlphaGo a weak AI. You might say Alexa is definitely not a weak AI, since it can perform multiple tasks. Well, that's not really true. When you ask Alexa to play Despacito, it picks up the keywords play and Despacito, and runs a program it is trained to. Alexa cannot respond to a question it isn't trained to answer. For instance, try asking Alexa the status of traffic from work to home. Alexa cannot provide you this information, as she is not trained to. And that brings us to our second category of AI, strong AI. Now, this is much like the robots that only exist in fiction as of now. Ultron from Avengers is an ideal example of a strong AI. That's because it's self-aware and eventually even develops emotions. This makes the AI's response unpredictable. You must be wondering, well, how is artificial intelligence different from machine learning and deep learning? We saw what AI is. Machine learning is a technique to achieve AI, and deep learning, in turn, is a subset of machine learning. Machine learning provides a machine with the capability to learn from data and experience through algorithms. Deep learning does this learning through ways inspired by the human brain. This means through deep learning, data and patterns can be better perceived. Ray Kurzweil, a well-known futurist, predicts that by the year 2045, we would have robots as smart as humans. This is called the point of singularity. Well, that's not all. In fact, Elon Musk predicts that the human mind and body will be enhanced by AI implants, which would make us partly cyborgs. So, here's a question for you. Which of the below AI projects don't exist yet? A. An AI robot with citizenship. B. A robot with a musculoskeletal system. C. AI that can read its owner's emotions. D. AI that develops emotions over time. Give it a thought and leave your answers in the comment section below. 3 lucky winners will receive Amazon gift vouchers. Since the human brain is still a mystery, it's no surprise that AI too has a lot of unventured domains. For now, AI is built to work with humans and make our tasks easier. However, with the maturation of technology, we can only wait and watch what the future of AI holds for us. Well, that is artificial intelligence for you in short. Do not forget to leave your answer to the quiz in the comment section below. Also, like, share, and subscribe to our channel if you enjoyed this video.
I trust that video gave you a good synopsis and understanding of what artificial intelligence really is about. And as I said before, artificial intelligence certainly has been around for a while as a statistical method for decision-making purposes. However, this recent wave of artificial intelligence feels very different. And this is largely because of the presence of the large language model. With us today to discuss LLMs is Mr. Alan Corbin. He is the principal consultant of Integrated Business and Technology Solutions. Mr. Corbin, welcome and over to you.
Good morning, everybody. What I will start there. So we'll get straight into the meat. We will do the presentation, a broad outline, and then we expect people will be asking very specific questions. Okay, so I was reading something before I actually start my presentation, which spoke of the launch of ChatGPT in November, which has really triggered this particular wave in a way that nobody expected. They call it a black swan event. A black swan event is a rare event, a rare unexpected event that should have been predictable. So with that in mind, let's start. Okay, so welcome everybody, and thank you for joining today's talk. The subject of today's presentation is the fascinating world of artificial intelligence, particularly large language models. I will tend to use the terms LLMs in the future, such as ChatGPT and their implications. We'll explore the role of AI, the significance of LLMs, and discuss the impact of that these technologies can have on governments, businesses, and individuals in the regions like Barbados, the Caribbean, and the rest of the world. So we had a brief introduction by Sarah. So what is AI in the context of what I'm talking about? Artificial intelligence, or AI, is a field in computer science dedicated to the creation of systems capable of performing tasks that would usually require human intelligence. These tasks include such as understanding natural language and recognizing patterns, learning from experience, and making decisions. AI ranges from simple systems like maybe like a spam filter or autocomplete on a document, or complex ones like autonomous vehicles. So what are large language models? Well, I'm going to try to simplify this as much as possible. Large language models are a type of AI that use machine learning techniques to generate human-like text. Trained on vast amounts of text data, they can generate creative and coherent responses, making them extremely versatile. They can write essays, compile documents, answer questions, translate languages, and even write computer code, right? Now, what is ChatGPT that we've been hearing so much about, and why is it significant? Well, ChatGPT, a product of a company called OpenAI, is a well-known example of a large language model. It has been trained on a diverse range of internet texts. However, it doesn't know the specifics about documents which were not part of its which were part of its training beyond 2021, which is its knowledge cutoff. The significance of ChatGPT lies in its ability to generate human-like responses that are creative and contextually relevant, making it useful in a wide array of applications like tutoring, drafting documents or emails, writing code, and more. Now, this is, basically what the big difference with this is that it makes the technology now very accessible, information accessible. And I'll draw the comparison. If you go do a Google search, for example, it will give you a set of links, and then you have to go into each one of the links to find the information that you want, if there's any, what you have in your head. What the ChatGPT does is that when you do a search in ChatGPT, it compiles all of that information into a targeted response based on what it is that you ask. And that is the big sea change between that and a regular and what you call a search, is that you can communicate with it, right? And it will respond to you in a very specific way. Now, I would like to ask more questions on that because I have a limited time frame. So there's a couple other concepts that you need to become familiar with, which is intelligent virtual assistants and AI agents, right? So intelligent virtual assistants, such as Siri or Alexa, are software programs that use AIs, particularly these large language models, to assist users by answering questions and performing tasks. They use speech recognition and natural language processing to understand and respond to the commands. So like I tell Alexa to turn on the lights or something like that, it will do it. AI agents, on the other hand, are autonomous entities that can observe their environment, make decisions, and actually perform actions to achieve the specific goals. They can range from simple agents in video games to complex autonomous vehicles or advanced trading algorithms in financial markets, right? That was touched on in the video, but I've given a little bit more context to it in that the AI agents can actually carry out functions that human beings would normally would be doing. Okay. So what are the implications of LLMs, limited large language models? The implications of large language models like ChatGPT are wide-ranging. For governments, they can be used to automate public services, improve efficiency, and enhance citizen engagement. Businesses can leverage them for customer service, content generation, and data analysis. And these are three very key points as we drill into the actual details of these, right? For individuals, they provide tools for education, personal assistance, and entertainment. However, these models also pose some challenges, such as job displacement due to automation, privacy concerns, and the risk of misuse for misinformation or other mischievous purposes. In regions like Barbados in the Caribbean, the adoption of LLMs can provide numerous opportunities, but also challenges. For instance, it can boost the local tech industry and help local businesses become more competitive globally. But they also require, listen to this here very carefully, a digital infrastructure, which is very deficient in the region, legal regulations, which are currently non-existent, and workforce adaptation to new technologies. Right? Some of the recommendations that I would make would be that governments will need to look to promote digital literacy, provide infrastructure, and enact regulations to ensure responsible use of AI. They should also invest in retraining programs for workers that will be displaced by AI. So businesses should invest in AI integration to stay competitive and should foster a culture of lifelong learning to help employees adapt to new technologies. They should also consider the ethical implications of AI use and work towards transparency and fairness in the applications. Individuals should strive to understand AI, its implications, and learn new skills that will be relevant in an AI-driven world. This includes not only technical skills, but very importantly, the soft skills that machines can't replicate, right? Like creativity, empathy, and leadership. This is a very, very key point here with respect to job location. Be in no doubt. AI systems are going to replace substantial jobs. Some estimates worldwide at this stage, and we're hitting a moving target, are saying that over the next short to medium term, whatever that is, 3 to 5 years, as the AI kicks in, might display over 300 million people just in the worldwide. That's a start, right? Now, there is some consequences of falling behind for a country like Barbados, and this applies to the region, are as follows. In terms of economic impact, a major consequence could be economic. AI and other advanced technologies are increasingly driving economic growth. If Barbados falls too far behind AI adoption, it could struggle to maintain its economic competitiveness on the global stage, impacting job creation and economic prosperity. Technological dependence. Without domestic AI capabilities, Barbados may become excessively dependent on foreign technology and expertise. This dependence can lead to challenges in terms of data privacy, national security, and economic exploitation. To name a few. Disparities in wealth and opportunity. The benefits of AI in terms of efficiency, cost savings, and new business opportunities may be primarily enjoyed in other countries. Without strong AI adoption, Barbados may struggle to provide the same level of opportunity and wealth for its citizens. Reduce public services efficiency. AI has the potential to vastly improve efficiency and effectiveness of public services, from healthcare to education. Falling behind could result in Barbadian citizens not having access to these improved citizens. Workplace displacement. As AI becomes more pervasive globally, jobs that don't require AI skills may become scarcer. This displacement could exacerbate unemployment and income inequality in the country. Lack of a digital infrastructure. Lack of progress on AI could also indicate a deficiency in the digital infrastructure necessary for modern economies, further impeding the country's development. And educational lag. Educational system, this is Stephen's area. I'm just touching on it briefly. Educational systems need and must keep pace with technological advances to prepare students for a future job market that is changing rapidly because of AI. A delay in AI adoption might mean an education system that is not aligned with the needs of the future, making it harder for the next generation to compete. While these challenges are significant, it's essential to remember that they can be addressed with proactive policy, investment, and education to promote AI adoption, while also considering its social implications. In conclusion, AI and LLMs, large language models, are transforming our world in unprecedented ways. Embracing this technology while mitigating its negative impacts will require concerted effort from all of us. As we continue to explore and innovate, it is crucial to remember that technology should always serve humanity, fostering progress, prosperity, and inclusivity. Thank you. So that completes my presentation.
Thank you very much, Mr. Corbin, for certainly what was a fascinating introduction to LLMs. I certainly learned a lot, and your conclusion is a really good segue into our next presentation as we look to artificial intelligence and education. And you raised some very critical points with our next presenter, Mr. Stephen Williams, the principal consultant at Data Privacy Management Advisory Services, will be dealing with. So at this time, without further ado, we will welcome Stephen. Welcome, Stephen.
Good morning, all, for attending this first session that Barbados has on artificial intelligence. I want to commend the BCSI for leading the charge. This is a wonderful opportunity to discuss as a first what artificial intelligence could mean for us and the challenges we have. I have a presentation, but in the interest of time, I want you, the audience, to engage us more so that we talk to you. So I'm going to cut down my presentation, and I was going to share a slide, but I'm not going to do that. I want to jump straight in. So with all protocols established, I just want to give some key points as it pertains to education and what the world is facing. Barbados isn't doing this alone. It's not a Barbadian thing. It's not a Western thing. The whole world is facing some challenges because the problem, not the problem, but the interest with artificial intelligence is that it has been so rapid. We all are experiencing at different levels some similar issues. One, in terms of where artificial intelligence is affecting education, it was alluded to by the previous presenter, is the dependence on AI. Students are becoming over-reliant on AI tools to do everything from their homework, solve problems, and whereas that may seem to be a positive thing, you can get more work done. The fact is the learning aspect of it, right, may be eroded, right? So therefore it's impacting their critical thinking and problem solving skills because they're over-reliant on AI. Also the ethical implications. Right now, AI is being faced with, or AI institutions are being faced with things such as taking videos or pictures, I should say, and then using people's intellectual property to actually create output based on initial people's efforts. So to, for example, from Picasso to other modern artists, their works are being plagiarized even by the AI themselves to create new works and output. Students are using the same method and technologies to basically write everything from their scripts to their designs in terms of work. Look at BCSI, right? Not BCSI, BCC. Imagine a student have to turn in a piece of work, artistic expression of themselves, and they could not get the work done in time. They may turn to things such as Midjourney. We talk about ChatGPT, but there are also platforms that create video output like Midjourney, right? And Stable Diffusion. There are others. I wouldn't go into, that's not the topic of the discussion, but these tools are impacting what we put out as our work, right? But critical to us is equity and access. Access to AI tools and technology can vary among students. If you think about it, there was discussions before about the digital divide. AI is not going to make it any better because there are those countries that are now building out the AI, and they're not building out the AI for small states like Barbados or even the region. They're building out their artificial intelligence to benefit their societies first. So if you think about it, it then becomes a trickle-down effect, all right? And that way, things like geographical location, access and equity in terms of geographical location and the availability of resources. So if you think about it, you know, the mobile phone has made access to internet more ubiquitous. However, the advent of AI could now further the digital divide, and that's something that governments of small island states will have to take a look at to see how they can actually buffer that potential impact. But let's look at some macro factors in terms of the challenges to the environment itself. All right, AI tools are often developed based on data from larger countries or regions. If you think about it, right now, one of our problems, and this has zero to do with artificial intelligence, has to do with the fact that we are not a data-driven region. Right now, I'm trying to get some data on cybersecurity in the region in terms of how far we are. And corporations do not, aka businesses, do not want to give up even the most mundane set of information. The way these large language models work, like ChatGPT and other AI technologies, is that they must be trained on data. But we are not a data-driven region. We do not collect data. We don't make data available to the public for use, even though it might not necessarily be dangerous. So therefore, there's no name or person identifiable information attached to it. We still do not want to share data, even if it's in an innocuous form. Right? These systems need access to diverse, relevant educational content. To be relevant to education and to our educational reality, these systems need access to the data. We are simply not producing the data within the region. All right, so I do not know how we are going to create artificial intelligence solutions for ourselves if there's no data set to work with. Small island states may have limited access to education resources to begin with, tailored to their curriculum. So if you think about it, we have an educational curriculum that has stories of who we are from history, even how we speak in dialect and cultural values. If these things are not digitally recorded, how are they going to be part of the AI model, all right, for less ChatGPT? It is not on OpenAI, the inventors of ChatGPT or the creators of ChatGPT, to do these things for us. And that has largely been the problem within the region. We are dependent on the Googles, OpenAIs, and Microsofts to do our work for us. And that cultural nuance of who we are, we don't share information, we don't readily collaborate on projects together. These are new cultural proclivities that hamper the development of AI for us. Developing localized education content and aligning it with AI technologies will be a significant challenge to who we are as a people, and we're just not there yet. All right. Integrating AI into education requires teachers to actually have give effective use, especially from a point of view of ethics. If the teachers themselves aren't even familiar with the AI tools, I know there are students right now that understand more about ChatGPT and the manipulation and something called prompting. Let's look at even the possibility of what new jobs look like. In the States right now, companies are hiring something called prompt engineers. What a prompt engineer is an individual who knows how to manipulate ChatGPT to get the output. And this is the problem that we're going to face. We don't teach logic and critical thinking so much in our educational programs. It's not built for that.